Sirens scream and it's pedal to the metal as cops chase a suspect across half of New Jersey. Just who are they after? It's another cop car. This police cruiser has been hijacked and the bad guy is determined to get away. The dashcam video starts on a leafy suburban street in Alpine, New Jersey. This is the stolen cruiser, swerving all over the road. Cops say this 22-year-old student hijacked the cop car as he was being arrested for allegedly carjacking another vehicle. Traffic doesn't deter him. He goes up on the grass and keeps right on going. More police cars join the chase. Check this out. Now he's on the wrong side of a divided highway. One pursuing officer urges his partner to go even faster.
Come on, get up there. Get up there.
All at once, the officer finds himself on the wrong side of the road. The other cars park to let him through, and he's able to rejoin the pursuit. Now the chase moves to Route 4. Cops from all sorts of jurisdictions join in. Tenafly, Alpine, Leonia, the Port Authority, and the Palisades Parkway Police. Then, this moment of pure drama. A cop car gets ahead of the stolen vehicle and tries to block him, but the suspect rams him out of the way and keeps going. Another cop tries the fishtail maneuver. This is the stolen car right here. The tactic works. The suspect slams to a halt. But he isn't done yet. He makes a run for it. The cops are right on his tail. At last, the craziest police chase comes to an end.
He was completely out of his mind.
Leonia police officer Eric Goodell is the guy who performed the maneuver that brought the chase to a close.
I saw an empty car dealer with a large front lawn, and I figured it's got to stop.
Is it a miracle that no one was injured or killed by this guy?
It was a miracle. He became more and more reckless as the pursuit went on.
So, who's the suspect? He was ID'd as Sari Manta Kong. He's a student at the University of Connecticut.
A jury convicted him of pulling a gun on Dayton police, and today, Lance Dyer learned his punishment. 2 News was the only crew with a camera in the courtroom during his sentencing.
The 17-year-old was sentenced to 11 years behind bars, and he almost wasn't alone. The sentence enraged Dyer's sister, who had to be forced out of the courtroom.
Is there anything further from the state?
Man, my brother got 13 years old.
It was an explosive ending to a case that started over a year ago. Lance Dyer was only 16 when he was involved in a brief police chase in a stolen car. Dyer bailed from the vehicle and pointed a gun at a Dayton officer while trying to get away. That cop fired and shot Dyer in the hand.
I can't think of anything more serious than someone pointing a loaded weapon at a police officer. You are lucky to be standing here in front of me today instead of being on the ground.
Judge Dennis Atkins says Dyer has shown no remorse or responsibility for his actions, and as a result sentenced him to 11 years behind bars. Dyer's mother says they plan to appeal.
I still don't believe that he pointed a gun at a police officer because my son would be dead. You know, police officers don't shoot warning shots. They are trying to shoot to kill. So if you're trying to shoot to kill, then if my son pointed a 9mm at you twice, why isn't my son dead?
You will see how close this was to a man and a father and a public servant laying dead.
While Assistant District Attorney Richard Vance gave his opening statement,
and then he says, I'm going to kill myself because I'm going to go to the pen and jail for the rest of my life. Interesting words to say if he hadn't done something.
Mumbling was heard from 17-year-old Corey Webb, and it continued into the first witness testimony, so the judge stopped trial.
Blurting things out during the middle of a trial when the jury's in the box is inappropriate behavior.
While the judge reprimanded the teen, Webb asked if he could fire his attorney, W. Lloyd. The judge told Webb he had to either keep Lloyd or represent himself. The teen chose to keep his attorney. Smith County Attention Center employee Glenda Murray took the stand first, recalling the night of the shooting, saying, "I was so scared because I was so afraid our officer was down." After her testimony, the court broke for lunch. Right as the jury was ushered out, as you see in this video, Webb unbuckles his pants, walks over to a trash can, and urinates in court. The judge had this to say to Webb.
I don't know how you were raised, but peeing in a trash can in a state district courtroom is inappropriate behavior. This is the second conversation we're having. There won't be a third.
After recess, trial resumed and Webb made a big decision. He decided to plead guilty to shooting at the intake officer at the Attention Center on July 23, 2010.
They tricked him.
Outside the courtroom, his family was outraged with the plea.
And somehow he got the kid to take a plea when we weren't there to help him. Corey is sick.
And they maintained Corey never fired shots at the deputy.
He was 16 when it happened. He's 17 now, and he didn't do it.
But he admitted to the court he did and will now face up to life in prison for the crime.
The wife of an armed robbery suspect shot dead by a shop clerk has filed a lawsuit. Even though her husband was carrying a gun, she says the clerk had no right to kill her husband. News 13's Krista Gutierrez is in the Newsplex with the details.
Now, Kim, police have said the store clerk's actions were in self-defense, but in the lawsuit, the widow is suing for wrongful death, personal injury, and even defamation of character.
I worked at a full-spectrum smoke shop, and some guy just tried to come in here and rob me, and I shot him. I need police over here right now.
A 911 call from a panicked clerk moments after he shot and killed armed robbery suspect Ramon Cedillo. The suspect's widow is now suing the store clerk, saying he was in the wrong. Cedillo's attorney, Amavelis Jaramillo, says it all comes down to who had more fault in this case. While he acknowledges the suspect's role in what happened,
he does bear some fault for it. But it's like a pie. You divide out the fault accordingly, and Mr. Beasley could have definitely done something different.
Jaramillo says the clerk, Matthew Beasley, is more at fault. Why? The suit alleges surveillance video shows Beasley watching Cedillo and his accomplice getting ready to commit the crime. So Jaramillo says the clerk should have called police or left the store. Instead, the suit states the clerk decided to, quote, ambush the thieves.
He had no basis to believe that his life was actually in danger. Most burglaries end, they really don't kill the clerks.
The clerk's attorney says he's seen the surveillance video too, and he claims there was no time to call police.
Mr. Cedillo pulled a gun and pointed it right at him. That prompted Mr. Beasley to pull his gun, and there was and fire his weapon. I think that it's every citizen's right to be able to defend their lives, and I think that's exactly what Mr. Beasley did.
The suit also claims the clerk's boss should pay too because he shouldn't have had Beasley working knowing he had a gun. And it claims the boss knew, quote, Beasley had a dangerous propensity or tendency to use a firearm. Now, the lawsuit is also going after APD, the widow claiming officers held her against her will for 4 hours, questioning.
Don, good morning, and good morning once again to everyone. Police say the motive in this case was robbery, and the teen's mother tells WJZ she is heartbroken this morning, but knew of her daughter's violent tendencies. The two men shot, both Hispanic, were sitting in front of a row house in southeast Baltimore August 3rd.
fucking right here. Learn to fucking merge, you dickhead. It goes right, left, right. Is that fucking hard to understand? Six, 4, H, M, 6, 9. You're on camera, bitch. She tried to run me out of my lane at the merge. I have it on video. Up behind me. Yep. Front one. I have it on video. I can get it on my phone if we pull into a parking lot. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm good. You couldn't get it. ублюдок. Козлина, блядь. Че, охуел, что ли, блядь?